On today's show, we've got some great picks for Patriots and Jets. We're playing We're Going Streaking, where you can build your streak to win $100, and we've got another great free breakfast giveaway. Join us on Betfast in Bed. Hey everybody, welcome to Betfast in Bed, the show where we are serving up winners. My name is Benny. I am excited to be with you for another week of NFL football. Tonight we've got Patriots and Jets facing off. I'm really excited about that. And before we jump into our bets for this Thursday and talk about the games that we've got going on today, let's recap our picks from Monday night. Let's look at cashed and trashed. So unfortunately, on Monday night, we only hit 1 out of 3 bets. Now, it was a reception parlay at plus 189, so that was nice. You know, we almost hit 2 units on that one. But Bijan Robinson, I got to be honest, he really screwed us over a little bit. When we looked at his receiving yards total and his first quarter receiving yards, man, we were so close to him. And if you watch the game, you know that in the first quarter, Bijan had a screen pass that bounced right off of his hands. He was open, had about 3 yards of separation on the defender, and if he caught that, he could have easily turned upfield and would have hit both of those bets for us. Now, of course, there's no way to predict that if he caught that ball, that the rest of his game would be the same. But I'm going to assume it would have been, and we would have hit both these bets. So I think the picks were good, but sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. But we're going to be back at it to try again tonight. All said and done on Monday night's game, we went down 0.38 units. But good things still in store for Betfast in Bed. We're still well over 5 units in the positive so far this NFL season through 2 weeks of NFL play. I will take that any day of the week. We're winning money. Play along with us with all of our picks. If you ever want to play along or track with us, our bet tracker is linked in our episode description and in our channel description, so you can always follow along with what we are playing here on Betfast in Bed. All right, so that is our recap of the show. Let's talk about our picks for Monday Night Football, Patriots and Jets. So I'll be honest with you, this game has been a little bit tricky for me. You might notice, hey, this episode came out a day later than it should have. That's because I've really been scouring this game, trying to figure out the bets that I like. I've only got 2 today, and it's because the Patriots are kind of tripping me up. They had one game where they were superb defensively when they played against the Cincinnati Bengals, and then last week they got absolutely torched by Seattle. They were great defensively on the road game, and then at home they got obliterated. So the Patriots are a little bit hard to read. The same thing with the Jets. They came in with a lot of fanfare. Rodgers is back with his Achilles intact. They've got this great defense. They've got all these offensive weapons. And then they get smoked by San Francisco. They barely beat the Titans, right? They were 24-17, but it was neck and neck the whole way through. So it's hard to know what to make of this Jets team, and it's hard to know what to make of this Patriots team. That being said, I've got 2 picks that I like tonight, so let's dive into them right now. Our first pick, I like Mike Williams, longest reception over 14.5 yards. Now, you might say, Benny, he only has one reception so far this season. You would be correct. However, it was for 19 yards. Mike Williams is a big play guy, and so I think that he is going to at least get a couple targets that take him over or well over 14.5 yards. His average reception length is 15.6 yards. So, he does get a lot of big plays. Now, a lot of his data is with Justin Herbert with the Chargers. He has a new quarterback now, so I don't know how reliable that is. But Aaron Rodgers is never somebody who's shy to go long. And I think Mike Williams is somebody who can pull something like that in. So the best line I found was at FanDuel, minus 120, over 14.5 yards. A lot of other books have him at 15.5, so we're getting an extra yard here when we go with FanDuel. The other thing is the Patriots. So far this season, I know it's only been 2 games, but they've given up this number to 4 different receivers so far. 3 receivers in the Seattle game and 1 in the Cincinnati Bengals game had a reception, at least one, that was over 14.5 yards. I know last game, DK Metcalf, had some super long receptions against the Patriots. So I think Mike Williams definitely stands a chance to get a reception over 14.5 yards against the Patriots. The Patriots are also, and we'll talk about this with our next bet, not great against the wide receivers. According to my numbers, and let me look over here, they are 3rd worst in giving up yards to wide receivers. So a lot of data is pointing to potentially a good game for Williams. All right, so for our second pick on the breakfast plate, we've got Antonio Gibson at 25 or more rushing and receiving yards combined. And we're going to parlay that with Garrett Wilson over 49.5 receiving yards. Let's take a look at Gibson first. Gibson, running back for the Patriots, not their lead back. He's the backup, but he does split some time with Ramondre Stevenson. Not a timeshare exactly. Ramondre definitely gets the lead back work, but I think they definitely work Antonio Gibson in there. And the Jets have not been stellar against running backs this year. I mean, when it comes to rushing, in 2023, they were bottom 10 against running backs when it came to rushing yards. This year, they are still in the bottom 10 for both rushing and receiving yards to running backs. So Antonio Gibson, very skilled with the ball in his hands. He's a great receiving back. The Patriots haven't exactly used him in that way yet, but I certainly think that is a possibility. So we're going over 25 plus rushing and receiving yards for Antonio Gibson. And then when it comes to Garrett Wilson, over 49.5 yards, he's hit this mark in both of his games. He is a frequent target of Aaron Rodgers. The Patriots are third worst. We talked about this with our last bet against wide receivers in terms of giving up yards. So I really like Garrett Wilson getting the ball often in this game. And frankly, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to turn it on this game. He hasn't looked great so far these first two games in terms of accumulating a lot of yardage. I think this is the game where he's really going to turn it on, playing at home against a division rival. So I'm looking for a big game here from Garrett Wilson. We're taking over 49.5 yards. You parlay that together on FanDuel with their 50% profit boost, that's plus 151. Without, I think it was about even odds. But I have a profit boost on there. You should too. I think it's a standard boost for all Thursday night games. So I used that 50% boost. I got that to plus 151. So those are our two bets on the breakfast plate. I want to know what you're playing. Drop in the comments what you're playing tonight. What is your best bet for Patriots and Jets? All right, everybody, that is our breakfast plate for today. Now it's time to go streaking. So we're going streaking is a game where you try to build the longest streak of correct player or game props right here on Betfast in Bed. The player with the longest streak after week 9 is going to take home $100. Let's look at the standings. So far, we have two players who are tied with the longest streak of 3 correct picks. Now, we've only played 3 times, so they are perfect. Timmy from Pittsburgh and Levon from Colorado. We also have several players who are building on active streaks. So make sure that you jump in and play with us here on We're Going Streaking. The longest streak at midseason, which is after week 9, is going to take home $100 cash. It's not too late to start building that streak. All right, let's take a look at our line of the night for tonight. And our line of the night is Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, his passing line of 215.5 yards. Now, we talked about it earlier in the show. He has 2 games so far, and both they have been under 200 yards. I think 176 and 167. So this is well over kind of what he has been doing so far this season. But the Patriots have given up a ton of yards to wide receivers, and if so facto, given up a ton of yards to quarterbacks. And I think Aaron Rodgers turns it on this game. So I'm going to take the over. Curious what you're going to take. Build your streak with us. All you have to do to participate, it's free to play, no betting necessary. You complete the Google form linked in the episode description. Simply choose over or under, and you are entered into the game to start building your streak or continue building your streak. So make sure you play along with us. Get that form completed before kickoff tonight around 8:15. All right, friend, We're Going Streaking. Before we close out the show, it's time for our free breakfast giveaway. All right, friends, really exciting. On our last show, we had our first winner of the free breakfast giveaway. John from Pittsburgh won $40 for correctly picking the first touchdown scorer in the game. He went with, I can't remember who it was. I think Devontae Smith. That's who it was. So we took home $40. Congratulations to John. Because of that, our free breakfast giveaway bank is now back to $20. We're giving $20 away in our free breakfast giveaway. Here's the question for the day. What is going to be the score of tonight's game? I know this is tricky. We're looking for exact score. So if you want to participate with us, like the episode and comment below right here on YouTube the exact score for tonight's game. Now make sure you specify which team is scoring how many points, right? How many points are the Patriots are going to have and how many points the Jets are going to have. If you like the episode, comment below and get it right. You're going to take home $20 towards your NFL bets or a free breakfast. If we have more than one winner, we will spin the randomizer wheel on our next episode to determine who we give that $20 away to. All right, so make sure you play along with us. Again, that's free to play, no cost. Just like the episode and comment below the exact score of the game, and you could take home $20. All right, friends, that's all the time that we have on the show for today. Make sure you play We're Going Streaking with us. That Google form is linked below. And make sure you comment below and like the episode. Hey, what is the exact score for tonight's game? You could win some cash. All right, we will be back on Friday with our picks for the Sunday slate. We'll also recap this episode and play another round of the Prop Machine. You do not want to miss it. Until then, we're going to leave you with the sweet sounds of Delicio. He's going to take us out. Friends, thank you so much for joining us on Betfast in Bed, where we count cash, not sheep. Bet well, everybody.